Hi, I'm Chef Scott Samuel here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone in Napa Valley. We're going to make a really neat salad today, making use of carbonated grapes, garden greens, Humboldt fog cheese from here in California, and a gastrique made with a dry Muscat wine and a champagne vinegar. So a few components we want to work together. All of our ingredients are right in front of us. We have some edible flowers, greens from the garden. We're going to be using green grapes today as the highlight of this dish. So what I've done with these is I've pricked them with a needle, and I'm going to place them in this whipping cream canister along with some dry Muscat wine, and I'm going to carbonate them. And basically I'm just going to put the CO2 in our canister and let it sit for a period of time, and the grapes will be carbonated, so when they come out they'll be fizzing like a bottle of pop. And the reason we're doing this is because it's neat and it offers a fresh, kind of a crisp, bubbly texture to our salad. So our grapes, our dry Muscat wine, and I had the grapes and the wine and the canister chilled first. What I'm going to do is carbonate it with our CO2. And I'm going to do 2 of these and place this back in the refrigerator for about an hour. Let's focus on the other components of the dish. We're going to make a gastrique, and a gastrique is a reduction of a vinegar and a sugar. And for this gastrique, I'm going to be using mostly the dry Muscat, 12 ounces, 1 ounce of granulated sugar, and an ounce of champagne vinegar. So we're going to bring this to a boil and reduce it down until it's syrupy. Gastriques sometimes are used on salads. A lot of times they're used as a finishing of a sauce. So adding a sweet and a tart to a sauce and 1 little scoop of this gastrique. So when we're done with this, it should be syrupy like molasses syrup. The other components, as we have in front of us, I'm going to make some crostini. And what I've taken was a day-old French baguette. I froze it, and then I slice it as thin as I possibly could on a slicer, and then I brush it with a little bit of grapeseed oil or olive oil and toast it in the oven, and what I come up with are these little tiny mini crostinis. Okay, so now that we have our gastrique cooking, our crostinis made, our grapes under carbonation, let's make our vinaigrette, which is a combination of whole shallots that I've cut down into little sprigs. And what I want to do is take my champagne vinegar, pour this over the shallots to kind of macerate them, and we're going to place this in the refrigerator for about a half an hour to macerate. The other components of this dressing are a mixture of olive oil and grapeseed oil. So these are the 3 components to my dressing. After my shallots have a chance to sit in the refrigerator and macerate, I'm going to have a vinegar that's now bright pink. I'm going to combine all of this together, and that will be my simple dressing for my garden greens. Let's take a look at our gastrique. You can see that it's reduced by about half. The bubbles are getting a little bit larger, and I know that my liquid is concentrating. I have more sugar, and I'm going down a little bit longer. The bubbles will get larger. I'm going to bring this down till it's syrupy. So keep an eye on this. I'm going to lower the heat. Now I'm going to use my chef's knife to prepare my goat cheese. And any sort of goat cheese will work. I like Humboldt fog. And what I want to do is, for presentation's sake, I'm just going to cut a couple of triangles of this goat cheese. So this is a composed salad, composed of garden greens, crostini, the carbonated grapes, and finished with our gastrique. Let's take a look at our gastrique. This is exactly how it should look. When I swirl it, I get these large bubbles. This is ready to take off the heat. So all of these components can be prepared ahead of time for a la minute assembly of a salad, right at the last minute. So there's our gastrique. We'll let that come to room temperature a little bit. That will get thicker. Let's make our dressing. So it is just a combination of our macerated shallots, vinegar, our grapeseed oil, which is a neutral flavored oil, but it has good taste, being neutral. And then our extra virgin olive oil. We don't want to overpower the dressing, so I'm only putting part of the oil as extra virgin. Season with salt and pepper. So now we're going to take the grapes out of carbonation, and these will be then cut in half and used for our salad. Yep, you can hear them bubbling. And these are our carbonated grapes. We'll proceed to cut them in half and build them with our composed salad here. We'll take some of our garden greens. Drizzle with a little bit of our dressing. And assemble our salad. Place some of our grapes. Build some of our thin micro crostinis within the salad. The richness and creaminess of our Humboldt fog. A couple more grapes. And then we finish this whole dish with our Muscat Gastrique. Adds sweetness to it, a little bit of tang. And then going into the garden to see what type of flowers I have. I have some bachelor buttons for purple color, a little bit of calendula. Okay, so there we have it, our carbonated grape baby green salad with crostini and a Muscat Gastrique. Enjoy.